Rain meditation. The weather has been very dry for a long time. Since I moved to North Carolina 16 years ago, I have never noticed so many days without rain. Waiting for rain. In my whole life, I have never waited for rain with such longing. Now I think of my parents who were farmers. They must have worried when the weather was dry like it has been here. When we finally had a little rain last week and last night, it was such a relief. The welcome rain quenched the earth. Grace of rain. Every little drop of rain after a long dry spell feels so precious and necessary. No rain, no garden. No garden, no food. No food, no life. No rain, no rainbow. I realized how easy it is to take rain for granted. We can easily take the sun, air, and all the grace of nature for granted. We can take the indispensable, essential grace in our lives for granted. We can take our practice community, like rain, for granted. When I lead retreats out of town, I often meet folks who say they wish they lived much closer to our temple. They really envy you. On the other hand, some practitioners here move away to different states due to their family or job situations. They often send me an email to say how much they miss this temple community and how much they wish they were here when we have a special guests and programs. When temple practitioners move away, if they are lucky, they find a practice group in their new place. Otherwise, they find themselves on their own and can easily slip away from daily or weekly practice. After last spring's retreat at Southern Dharma, a participant from Charlottesville in Virginia wanted to continue her study and practice under my guidance. Since then, every 2 weeks, she calls me for a telephone Q&A session regarding her Dharma study, meditation, or life matter. Recently, she asked about how to maintain her focused mind during her daily meditation. I asked her how long she's able to stay focused. She said about 50% of the time. I said, that's pretty good. She listened to the recorded Dharma talks we post on our website and maintains a consistent practice. But she would really like to live much closer to our temple. She envies you. I'm happy you are here today. And I hope you continue to value the opportunity to practice with this Sangha, practice community. Not taking this Sangha for granted means not postponing your practice. This means making your practice a high priority. even when coming to temple seems inconvenient. When you prioritize your practice here, the temple reverence, notice your sincere dedication, and you become a priority of our attention, care, and support. Over time, I have noticed that some practitioners who drive 45 minutes or over an hour to get here arrive on time or even earlier. But some folks who live quite close to the temple often tend to arrive late. This also happens in the temples in Korea. Do you know why? It is so easy to take valuable things in our lives for granted. Please remember that this temple may not be here forever. Wanggong, Ginger, and April will not be here forever. You may not always live near a temple, or someday you may not be able to drive here. So here is a reminder, while you can fully appreciate this opportunity to receive the grace of Dharma rain. Through the nectar of weekly Dharma rain, I hope your soul and spirit will be nourished, and that the roots of your practice will become strong and deeply grounded. When your spirit grows like a tree with deep roots, the roots will tap into the groundwater, not relying on rainfall. The little bushes in our temple garden have not yet developed strong roots yet, so Kathleen and Reverend April kept watering them during the drought season. When rain falls, we are very happy. Yippee! Because we don't have to drag the heavy water hose all over the garden. Rain falls. Rain falls. By falling, rain brings us grace. Henry David Thoreau said, "A single gentle rain makes the grass many shades greener." A single gentle rain makes the grass many shades greener. The grace of rain, like rain falling, if we allow our self-image to fall away, we become free. A few shades greener, grace arises. By the way, what color do I have in my hair? Purple? Black. I asked children, they said purple. I dyed purple this morning a little bit. Do you know why I dyed my hair? To allow my self-image with the black hair to fall away. From an Asian perspective, the natural world has two major elements: water and fire. These sustain our life force in a powerful way, and also in a subtle way, they affect our mood and qi energy. For example, when we gather around a bonfire, it is exciting and lively. When we meditate near a waterfall, it feels cool and refreshing. For our meditation and spiritual cultivation, we can be supported by both of these elements. Meditation with the sunlight on our back is nice, especially in winter. Rainy day meditation is also effective when we are receptive. Then what is rainy day meditation? A rainy day is the perfect day for meditation. The sound of raindrops soothes our souls. The sound of pouring rain washes our wandering thoughts away. Water energy from rain calms us and cleanses our spirits. As Zekiah Murray reminds us in a book, Mindfulness in the Garden, with the water as our teacher, we learn flexibility, perseverance, and the truth of our impermanence. As we embody these qualities, we learn to live with the true power, and the ancient wisdom of water is alive in us. A Dharma song in Won Buddhism expresses the virtues of water. Water washes everything in every corner of the earth, so the world becomes clean and beautiful. Water is the source of life, nourishing all living things without discrimination. As the Bible reminds us, rain falls on the just and the unjust alike. Water is soft and fluid, so it is easily shaped by any kind of a container. If the container is a square or circular, then the water assumes a square or circular shape. Yet, water stays. Water stays as water, no matter what kind of a container holds it. This means water keeps its intrinsic identity, its own nature, true nature, but conforms to any situations. Would you like to be like water? Water knows how to take it easy. As water hits rock, it curls around it. As water meets a pit or pond, it moves slowly, taking time to rest. Water has great power. If it rolls with the force, its constant movements can break boulders and great mountains. Constant drops of water change the world. Water always flows downhill. With its practice of humility, water finally reaches the sea. Thousands of waterfalls eventually meet in the open ocean. Water teaches us oneness, togetherness, and cooperation. Water guides us to the insight that all dharmas return to one. Let's repeat. All dharmas return to one. Again. All dharmas return to one. What does this mean? The essence of water is an example of how nature can be a model for our Dharma practice. The virtues of water can be applied to ourselves. We can become compassionate people who quench others' thirst. We can make the world clean and beautiful with soft hearts and flexible minds. We know when to take it easy, but we can be strong and determined through our wholesome and diligent practice. Like water, we can practice humility and acceptance of the world as it is. In closing, let me read a poem I translated from Korean, written by Hain Lee. Hain is a well-known poet in Korea and is a Catholic nun. Mountains and fields are dry and parched. The grounds of the rice fields are bare and cracked. Now, like a morning of resurrection, light, transparent rain falls. The sound is more beautiful than music. The rain soaks into forest, fields, and into our hearts. Sweet rain, shy with a thin clothing, kisses with love the cheeks of the earth. Let us become rain to comfort the rough patches of the world with love, with forgiveness, with the droplets of joy, with the showers of smiles. Let us become rain, soft rain, pure rain. Dear friends, I hope and pray that Dharma rain waters the seeds of your practice and of your awakening.